Hi guys, this is Franklin here, welcome back to another episode of Fnaf Ruin, and we're going to go into Chapter 7 because there's a bit of an Easter egg here that I don't think anybody would have usually found in the game. So we're going to load up Chapter 7 right now. And there is something I really want to find because I didn't really know what to do with this video, so I thought, why not do something that I haven't done yet in the game. So we're going to go with Bonnie Ball. Progress as normal. Also, if you're missing collectibles, it's always a good thing to backtrack around chapters sometimes. If you're missing anything. So that's what I've been doing, but all we have to do is just go around here. So I'll discuss more about what this Easter egg exactly is in a bit, but we're just gonna have to get to the area first. Okay, so if you're wondering where the Easter egg is located, it's in Chapter 7, and what you need to do is you just need to go around this area right here. You can just avoid the music, man, if you want, but there won't be a problem when we're going around here. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to go around to this left side of the bowling alley. And there should be a wet floor signboard here. Now, first of all, now, everyone, I'll just explain to you exactly what the Easter egg is. So, what you have to do in order to get the Easter egg is you first need to, so first of all, what you have to do is you need to deactivate all the wet floor bots. Now, I don't know if they technically count as collectibles or not, but you should know when you've done them. Now, there are some wet floor bots that are pretty missable, kind of like there is in there's like, pretty sure there's one in Chapter 3, like when you take the gondola ride out of the catwalks, and then there's also one behind the East server room, because I know some people didn't get those. But if you've deactivated some wet floor bots and then you suddenly see this guy up here, then that means you've activated it. So in order to get this wet floor bot to appear, you need to deactivate all the wet floor bots and in the game, like up to Chapter 7. And if you've done it correctly, then a wet floor bot should appear here. Now, I do know that originally some people thought this. Now, I do know originally that some people actually did deactivate all the wet floor bots. Now, I do think the wet floor bot is supposed to appear here even if you didn't deactivate all the wet floor bot signs, but I'm not really sure about that information. I presume that I think there was a bug in the original. I think there was a bug when the game first came out, where you weren't where for some reason the last wet floor bot just didn't for some reason just spawn after you deactivated all the other ones. I'm not sure if that's the case because most people probably saw the Easter egg by cheating in the game to get out of bounds because the wet floor bot couldn't appear. And I presume they've patched that bug out now, so if anyone's trying to access this Easter egg, then you don't have as long as the game is updated to the latest version, you shouldn't really be experiencing any of the problems that the people who were trying to initially get this Easter egg had. So if you've deactivated all the wet floor bots, or pat-pats as Dorko likes to name them, the last one should spawn here. And no, if you don't see the if you don't see the wet floor bot appear here, it's probably because you haven't deactivated one or missed one. So here we go. You deactivate this one right now, and the bowling alley should open up to this serious place where there's a big crevice here, and inside is a smashed up area And here he is, Glamrock Bonnie's destroyed body. This is where he was the whole time, and as you can see, his eyes are glowing. And if I deactivate all these wet floor bots right now, also, guys, you may notice that the eyes of Glamrock Bonnie kind of look a bit similar to the wet floor bots, but let's not think about that for a second. Deactivate all of them. Let's deactivate all of them. And then, as you can see, once you deactivate the final one, Bonnie's eyes are gone. He's gone. So I presume that the wet floor bots may have children's souls in them or something. I don't know exactly how the Revenant. Well, if you believe in the Revenant Petaplex theory, it may make a lot of sense as to why you can hear children with the wet floor bots, since some parts of the Petaplex can be possessed. But I presume that these are kind of like parts of Glamrock Bonnie in a way, and he probably entrusted these guys for an SOS signal, and by deactivating all the wet floor bots, we finally put him to rest. And that is glad because he's been found. And I think there was an unused voice line where like he went into safety mode, but then deactivated immediately once the wet floor bots went out. So yeah, they were in this weird summoning circle thing, but there's nothing satanic about it. Don't worry, guys. So anyway, as you can see, his legs have been weird and shredded out. There's some parts of his endo have been taken out. Now, traditionally, people thought that his endoskeleton was used to make bird trap, but I don't think that was the case. Even if his other arm was used to make bird trap, it wouldn't really make any sense, considering the fact that most of the Glamrocks have like 4 fingers, like here, which is like kind of more or less similar to the Mimic's other hand, underarm. So, as you can see, somebody smashed a bowling ball in his face, and I presume the reason why they've done this is to make it look like an accident, to make it look like he was just and I presume there's a large mark on the wall. You can see a hint of green on here, and some hydraulic acid, I presume, is being used on there due to the marks. And then there's like looks like a carpet that's been dragged over here from Monty Gator Golf, because it has the same design. Right, I'm just gonna grab this collectible. Hey, I'll help you, plush. So cute. Anyway, so it looks like that this was a. So let's analyze the crime scene real fast. Yeah, no, we're analyzing an animatronic crime scene. So Bonnie, according to the duffel bags, I think in the according to what the duffel bags said, Bonnie was seen leaving his green room. It can be either in Rockstar Row, because he has a green room at the back of Bonnie Ball. He entered this place, and then he went on Monty Golf, and that's the last I saw of him. So, and you can see at Monty Golf, there's like a cardboard cutout, I presume, of like Bonnie falling, and I think I know what that is. So a FNAF YouTuber called Not Real Name Not At All had a theory that Bonnie actually fell from the Monty Golf catwalks, and that's the reason why his arms. Because some people think it was the Mimic or like Monty who did it because of how aggressively it's been done, or it may have been the staff bot to put him in disassemble mode. But when we saw Freddy, he was a bit more damaged. And I know you could say Freddy was in that damaged state, but his arms were intact at least a bit. And his legs were, and he looked a bit more destroyed. So, I presume what happened is, Bonnie got lured onto the catwalks, fell off the catwalks, and then I presume, looking at like the damage done to him, I think that Monty, when we like decommissioned him, sustained the same damage as Bonnie, except he actually survived for the whole leg thing. As look, it's nearly in the same condition, and I think the green. I don't think Monty did it, by the way. I think the green is actually from hydraulic acid or nail paint that's being used to cover up any of the fingerprints on it. To like disinfect any of the fingerprints so nobody can figure out. And as you can see, the parts that are green, like on him, you can see there's a bit of a claw mark, but you can't make it out perfectly. You see the bits of green are actually from the bowling ball, so it could be dust from the bowling ball, and that's what's made it. So I presume whoever did it filled up the splash bucket, then pushed Bonnie off the catwalks, commanded the staff bots, then pulled him into them somehow undetected, got like they put like Bonnie onto one of the Monty golf rugs, got the staff bots to carry him all the way to Bonnie Bowl, hid him in this secret room, locked it all behind the wet floor bots, smashed a bowling ball at the wall, which is the reason why it's white, and then it collapsed, and then smashed the rest of it on Bonnie's face to make it look like an accident. And then you used hydraulic acid and nail paint onto the thing to make it look green, so that Monty could be framed for the act. As I actually believe that Fazbear Entertainment didn't know about this, by the way, because it looked like it was sudden. It suddenly happened, and Monty got replaced. And then there's reports saying Monty always went onto the catwalks and Monty golf for some reason. And I presume the reason why is I don't think Monty did this. I don't think the Mimic or Vanny had anything to do with this. This is my theory. My theory is that somebody who has a vendetta against Fazbear for whatever reason really wanted to kill Bonnie, so he filled up the splash bucket, killed Bonnie, and then he sustained the same damage. He then shredded a claw mark from him so that he couldn't move the rest of his body. He had took out some of his parts, and then took him all the way with the staff bots over to the location, got the staff bots to disassemble some of his parts, then threw a bowling ball at the wall, to which then he used to smash on Bonnie's face, because Ace, which is the reason why some of his shoulders act, then the guy who did it used the dust from the bowling ball and then some green paint and some hydraulic acid to make the dent mark look green, and then used his own claw to tear some parts of it open, which I believe is to make it look like Monty did it, because as we all know, Monty's pretty aggressive, and we know that Monty doesn't like Freddy, but he didn't have anything against Bonnie, and it would make sense for the the Mimic is known to be aggressive, but it can't be the Mimic, because the Mimic clearly doesn't have anything against Bonnie. Why would he want to get rid of him? Besides, losing an animatronic is one of the things that he doesn't want, because Bonnie could have potentially wanted, because like, for all we know, the Mimic wants to use every animatronic in his arsenal as an asset, because the Mimic, I had a theory that the Mimic actually wanted Freddy and Gregory to free it, and it was the Mimic who caused Freddy to glitch out on stage and break away from Glitch Trap because he wanted somebody to find him. But I actually believe that whoever's done it has made it look like an accident, or possibly it happened in the bowling alley, and then whoever's done it has also made it look like Monty did it, because then the staff workers would start to get a bit more get more suspicious of Monty, which would make Monty more and more angry. And as we know, the reason why Monty's so aggressive is and I do know that Monty's personality chip is probably the reason why he's been so aggressive, but I had a theory that Monty, is aggressive because he technically is a Mimic, because the Glamrock endoskeletons are like Mimic version 3s. The Mimic in the basement's the prototype, so he's version 1, and Burn Trap is supposed to be version 2, which explains why him and the Mimic look so different. So, and then they covered it up behind the bowling alley and went out of the vent. And that's my theory, guys. And then I presume Monty must have seen it happen. And I know he got claws before then, but it looks like someone else must have had a vendetta. And then Monty, and it seems that Bonnie left behind his glasses when he got destroyed. So the only thing, and that's the reason why Monty goes up to the catwalks every time and took Bonnie's glasses, is because he's scared and afraid of whoever did this is gonna come after him next. And he's also wanting to remember Bonnie, and he clearly thinks Freddy was the one to do it, because after all, but Freddy thinks it was Monty. but he's not entirely sure. So I had the theory that Burntrap was the one to orchestrate all of this. And you may be wondering, Freckily, how could that be? Burntrap's down in the recharging station. Good to ask. If you remember Scott's original intention for Burntrap, you would recall him saying that he would appear. And I know he probably wouldn't physically appear, but I actually believe that Burntrap can actually leave physical manifestations behind. And as you can see, if you look very closely, there is a bit of a hand mark which you can make out, which does look a bit similar to a claw, but not exactly. And I do know it has the same texture as Monty's, but I presume that some of the claw marks actually came from, like, Moon or Sun or the Mimic or something. But anyway, Bonnie is apparently sent out this SOS signal. We found Bonnie. We've finally, and Bonnie deactivates Happy, knowing that the daughter of, you know, everyone's favorite Bite of 87 victim, Jeremy Fitzgerald, has finally found him. So rest in peace, man. Don't worry, we'll I'll make sure to avenge you, okay? By the way, just to let you know. Anyway, sorry everyone, I couldn't resist. Anyway, so you just go out of the vent and that's it. That's literally it. That is it. He's done. He's over. He's finished. He's never coming back. He's gone. And yeah, that's the secret. That's the secret of Bonnie. That's the secret of the Mimic guys. Bonnie, got killed by Burntrap. Yeah. And I believe the reason why Burntrap did it was out of vengeance for whatever reason, but you guys are not ready for my Burntrap theory and how it connects the secrets of the Mimic, how it predicts some of the plot, how it connects to Mr. Mimic, you know, everyone's favorite, and how the body, and how, like, Burntrap actually has a vendetta against Fazbear for some reason. But anyway, I like how you can see some parts of, like, where exactly is this? Because you can see some parts of somewhere there, can't you? Yeah. I actually want to venture down out of bounds at one point and explore, but anyway, guys, I'll just cut this part of the video out because we're going to cut to, the good bit. Now, guys, there is a secret ending in this game which can only be Now, guys, there is a secret ending in this game that can only be obtained through certain things. So what you have to do, there is some of these cameras, this one's just an example, you go up to one of these cameras, and if you zoom out, there will be a secret camera. And there's a secret camera here in Bonnie Ball. I'm not going to show the rest, since I already got most of the... I'm not going to show off where the rest of us camera locations are, since I've already got them all off camera, let's just say. So, yeah. So, guys, I think I did a bit of, let's just say... So, if you're wondering, no, I did not cheat the game in order to get to Glamrock Bonnie. I actually deactivated all of the wet floor bots off camera. Kind of like how I activated all the security cameras off camera. I may just put up a bunch of images and screen and just hope you guys know what I'm talking about when I mean. Now, if you want to know where the secret cameras are, I'll just put up a bunch of images and screen and hope you guys know what I'm talking about or whatever, but